Danger is everywhere. Dr. Noel Zone presents Danger is Everywhere, a handbook for avoiding danger. Warning, beware, caution. Never read while crossing the road, flying a helicopter, or wrestling with lions. Caution, do not drop down from an open window unless werewolf or vampire is below. It's written David O'Doherty and Chris Judge for the pictures. Danger is everywhere. Uh-oh. Danger seems to follow him everywhere, too. A Handbook for Avoiding Danger by Dr. Noel Zone, the greatest dangerologist in the world ever. Important instructions for reading this book. Here's Noel. Instruction 1. Make sure you are reading in a safe place. Examples of safe places to read this book. Number 1, in bed. Check underneath the bed for a sleeping tiger. Note, if you have a pet cat, make sure it isn't a tiger. We will deal with how to check if your pet cat is a tiger later. He's sort of weird. He's having, I don't know what that is, and he's carrying a cabbage. Leaning against a tree. Note, make sure it is a tree and not a huge Venus flytrap or other human-eating plant. There's a hungry hedge. You go in to get your ball, but you never come out. Chompy bamboo. Oh dear, it grows very fast around you. Starving carrots. Grrr. Let's just say they don't like to be dug up. Number 3, sitting in a chair. Warning, sit up straight, do not slouch. Slouching is very bad for your back. In the long run, slouching is just as bad as these other things. Note, also make sure that your chair is not on fire. Examples of unsafe places to read this book. Number 1, on a bicycle while being chased by wasps, or just on a bicycle. I hate bicycles. In a shark cage while dressed as a sandwich. Sharks love sandwiches. Number 3, in a chair that is on fire. And we already knew that. Instruction 2, check for scorpions. You probably think that reading this book is a safe thing to do. Nobody has ever been injured while reading a book. You probably think wrong times 1 million. You equals you. If you think you're safe, then you have never heard of the page 9 scorpion. An awful, horrible bug that likes to wait on page 9 of books. And when you open that page, it leaps into your nose and attaches itself there. So from that moment on, you have to explain to everyone you meet that you didn't know about the page 9 scorpion. And that's why it's there in the middle of your face, firing poison from its bottom. How to check for a page 9 scorpion. Close this book slowly and put it on the ground. 2, now jump up and down on the book a few times like it's a small, disappointing trampoline. If you hear a crunching or crushing sound, congratulations, you have just saved your nose. Now continue to instruction 3. Instruction 3, do not read this book too fast. This book is full of fascinating information. You may find it so incredibly interesting that that you whiz from page to page faster than any book you have ever read before. Beware! If you read it too fast outside on a hot day while the sun's shining down, the whole book could burst into flame. That's dangerous. So it's a good idea to have a fire extinguisher or a bucket of water beside you in case you smell burning or see smoke rising from its pages. Now you may read this book. Thank you, Noel. I can't believe you just forgot about the page 9 scorpion already. There it is. Did it attach itself to your nose and start putting poison? Introduction. Hello, reader. My name is Dr. Noel Zone, and I'm a dangerologist. In fact, I'm the world's only dangerologist. I know this to be true because I invented the word dangerologist. So you could say, I am the world's greatest dangerologist, or even Dr. Noel Zone, the greatest dangerologist in the world ever. Thank you. Note also that I am a doctor, T-E-R, not doctor, O-R. The doctor has to spend years and years just learning to be a doctor. I gave myself the first name Doctor, E-E-R, so I could concentrate all my energy on being a dangerologist. It saved a lot of time and hardly anyone notices the spelling. What is a dangerologist? A dangerologist is a person who is an expert on dangerology. What is dangerology? Dangerology is the area of expertise of a dangerologist. Please explain what a dangerologist is without using the word dangerology. Oh, okay. Well, you probably see the world as an exciting place where you can go on adventures and ride your bike. A dangerologist sees it as an awful place where terrible things can happen all of the time. Are you against fun? No, 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 no. I am not against fun, not at all. But the problem with fun is it makes you forget that danger is everywhere. Dun, dun, dun. Just like our title. Example, you probably like climbing trees. That is a fun thing to do, you think. Well, tell me if this is fun. Number one, you climb a tree, but when you are halfway up, you come across a giant eagle sitting there. Number two, and you go to climb as you go to climb down, but it picks you up in its beak and takes you to its secret eagle cave in a forest. Number three, there it makes you sit on its giant eagle egg for months, occasionally feeding you worms from the ground, which you have to eat because there is no other food. And then when the baby giant eagle finally hatches, it thinks you are its mother and hugs you for another week. Number five, until eventually it flies away and leaves you there in a cave very far from anywhere and past where the regular buses go. Number six, it also takes ages to get home, and it's also very expensive train and bus fare. Does climbing trees still sound like fun? Answer equals no. How did you become a dangerologist? An excellent question. I used to work as a swimming pool lifeguard. The pool had all the usual safety restrictions: no diving, no running, no dunking, no cannonballs, no sneaky peeing, no lovey-dovey kissing. And soon I began to see a lot of other dangers that people weren't being warned about. Walking around the side of the swimming pool is dangerous. Getting into the water is dangerous. Swimming itself is very dangerous. So I banned all of these things. In fact, I banned moving of any kind. But there was a new problem. If people don't move while they are in water, they sink to the bottom, which is even more dangerous. And then I had to rescue them with my long stick with a hoop on the end that looks like a huge version of the thing you blow bubbles through. For a while, I was a very busy lifeguard, blowing my whistle until people stopped moving, and then saving them with the giant bubble thing. And then I realized the real problem with swimming pools: water. Water makes everything wet and slippery. It can get in your mouth and up your nose and into your ears. It can make you very tired from swimming in it. Water makes everything dangerous. The answer was simple. I got rid of all the water. I emptied the pool completely. You can still get into it, but you had to carefully climb down a ladder and lie on the cold tiles at the bottom of the empty pool in your swimsuit and hat. Deep end. Soon nobody came to the swimming pool anymore, and it had to close down, and I was delighted. I had managed to make a dangerous place not dangerous at all. Thank you. What is the point of this book? That is another very good questioning. There are two main points in this book. Number one, to remind you that danger is everywhere. Number two, to make you a qualified dangerologist, level 1. Me, a dangerologist? How? If you manage to get all the way to the end of the book and it hasn't burst into flames, or if you haven't been attacked by anything and the whole thing hasn't terrified you too much, then you can take the Detbafad on page 232, Dangerology Examination to become a full-on dangerologist. If you get all the 10 questions right, you will be allowed to sign the DOD on page 241, Diploma of Dangerology, level 1. That means that you too can call yourself a dangerologist, level 1, and make your own tiny cape of dangerology, TCOD, tiny cape of dangerology, and put the word Dr. ER before your name. Note, I am a dangerologist, level 5, so you won't be as good as me, but still it's a start, and together we can show the world that danger is everywhere. Thank you, Dr. Noel Zone, the greatest dangerologist in the world ever, neighbor of Gretel. And I am going to stop there. If you like the premise for this book and his humor, you might want to finish reading. Dr. Noel Zone presents Danger is Everywhere. You might become a dangerologist.